Hey, welcome back. Welcome back to the Gemini channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to do a general message for Gemini. Know that energy is fluid, rules can be reversed. Interpret the message as it best resonates with you. Also, know on this channel, I like to dive deep within the readings. So I look at everything. I take time to look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, see how they play out as karmic themes to help you understand why everything's playing out the way that it is, why your person's acting the way that they are. What is the whole point of the connection, especially when you attract a past life karmic mate, someone that's very manipulative, someone that likes to gaslight. Why? There has to be a spiritual significance, right? Everything that the universe brings to us is for our betterment, which means everything helps us heal. Everything helps us evolve back into our original state of unconditional love. That is our energy. However, when we go through traumatic experiences, we detach, we disassociate, and then we judge ourselves due to the experiences, and then we put labels on ourselves and the experience, and then tend to walk from that level of consciousness. So it's really important that we learn how to clear ourselves of the effects of trauma. Otherwise, what happens is we get stuck in karmic loops, which is just living the same type of experience that keeps you stuck in a place of disempowerment. So being connected to, like I said, a past life karmic mate, someone that hasn't healed, has the potential to keep you stuck in a lower state consciousness, which would be if you had a poverty state consciousness. Let's just say. Now, I don't know why I'm feeling this, but I'm going to just put it out there before I even start the reading. I feel as if you are in an upswing and you're connected to someone that's actually on a downward spiral, and this person wants to come back into your life. So, like I was saying just a second ago, like when people have karmic blocks, and they never heal them, what happens is that karma accumulates. And when it accumulates, we see a tower moment. And that means anything that wasn't built on God's truth, which is just built on unconditional love, it's going to collapse. It's not going to be able to support itself. So when a person creates a lot of facades and illusions, because they wear a lot of masks, well, we know that their life is not really going to produce much because they're not coming from their true self, their real self. So, again, this is when people tend to form habits and behaviorisms to compensate for the lack that they feel. And it's those habits and behaviorisms that keep them stuck in a limited consciousness. So, again, being connected to someone like that, you can potentially inherit their negative karma. Just, I don't know why I felt the need to say that. We're going to see how this reading plays out. Sometimes spirit tells us, again, before the word of the video, like the word of the video always tells me the underlining energy. But you could be dealing with someone that's just like a past life karmic mate that's really toxic. We don't know. Okay, anything of any importance or relevance to the channel you find in the description box. If you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, you have to be open to getting the reading done live. All giveaway readings are done live right here on YouTube. I just send you the link after you email me everything of any importance or relevance about winning a reading or this channel or anything of any importance you find in the description box again. So that means that it'll tell you to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and write the word of the video in your comment bar. And then if you win, you'll have to email me and again, do all the directions that are in that comment bar, in the description box rather. All right, my website link is also there and all other important info. Now, the word of the video is disequilibrium, and that's what's happening now is imbalance. And I feel like because this person is in a place of imbalance. I feel like you're in separation from someone that is like ruminating and ruminating and ruminating and ruminating. And when a person ruminates a lot, what happens is again, they get stuck in their head. Now, again, I want to pull a card to get a deeper energy. Timelessness. So, again, even though this person's in a place of imbalance, there is a timeless connection. So you're in separation from a soulmate. I feel like it's a past life karmic mate because again, imbalance is that someone that is ruminating a lot, they're strategizing a lot, they're trying to figure things out. And, you know, if a person has only gone through negative experiences within their relationships, they're not going to really have anything to refer to. They're going to, again, becoming more from a strategizing perspective. And it's again, it's keeping the relationship in a place of imbalance, meaning you're not talking to this person. There's no movement. It's all because let's see. It's all because I feel like this person is like ruminating so much, they're stuck and frozen. You know, when you think about something and think about it so much and think about it so much that you can't get out of your own way. Well, I feel like that's what's happening. And so I feel like when you were dealing with this person, they I feel like everything that they do is like has drama attached to it. So it's again crazy drama makes for a wild adventure, but not peace. So like again, being with this person, they're here for a long time, not for a long time, but for a good time. Someone that is coming in and they want to get swept away with passion and they want to get swept away with, you know, adventure well, and that might be by doing really outlandish things like having sex out in public or doing something that's just completely like outlandish. And then pulling in like this person likes to also like I feel like have threesomes and like just be like with a lot of different people. And in that, when you're dealing with a lot of different personalities, it creates drama. And then I feel like this person's not honest. It's like they're not really honest about what they want. So again, I feel like they keep the relationship in a place of imbalance. Now, trauma will create a lot of imbalance because it doesn't just affect us like in our mind mentally, it affects us our physical body, it changes our hormones in our body. So I feel like there's a sense that this person is never really content, and that happens from not having a spiritual connection at all with anything. So this person lives from their ego, and being that they live in their ego, they're living in their mind. So they don't really manifest good life experiences. So I feel like what it's asking is like the more that you would find out about this person, the more crazy things that you would find. Like it's whatever you see is just the tip of the iceberg. Meaning this person could be in and out of jail. They could be someone that is living a double life. There's someone that loves the drama. There's someone that is extremely toxic. So the spirit saying is again, how far are you willing to go for a soulmate? Because that's really what it is. There is a timeless connection, but this person is lost. They don't know who they are. They don't know what they want. They feel empty inside. And so you being connected to a person like that, you'd feel empty because they can't give you anything. So again, anything that this person makes, as I said, falls apart because they're not living their true self. They're living like the facade of who they want you to perceive that they are. So the relationship is way too hard. They make everything so difficult. They don't know how to get out of their own way. And so what they do is they act like they don't really care. Like you don't really feel like they care. Again, the relationship is way like is rocky. They just can't get out of their own way. And again, where they really like to just create drama. I feel like this person needs that drama. And part of it is they associate it with that, oh, you're so desirable. Like like you desire me so much. You need me so much. They associate that with love. They associate that with, just an exciting relationship. where the person needs so much excitement and drama, and it's really a form of avoidance because this person's sad deep down on the inside. They're sad, and they're sad because they don't really know what they want in life. They don't know who they are. All they know is that every experience that they have doesn't really manifest into good experiences. So hurt people. And they would expect you to be like very like catering to them. They would expect you to be dutiful to them because they don't really can't give anything. The problem with this person is that they're so detached and disassociated that they're always distracted. You don't really feel like they're with you when they're with you. And then when you like try to create intimacy, what you get is like they get angry. And so they see it as controlling, but again, they want you to be their savior. They want you to, again, be constrained by their weird rules while they withdraw and seem like they're in search for someone else. So what you see here is someone that's very detached and disassociated, but because there is a spiritual connection, this person wants to stay connected. However, the way that they want to stay connected is not really healthy. They want to be in three parties, like have threesomes. They want to be in non monogamous. They want to do things that create a lot of excitement, but the excitement is toxic. It's can hurt your reputation, can hurt the way that you feel about yourself because it's almost like degrading. And when a person has this much trauma and then they don't form an emotional connection, it's just based on passion. And passion that isn't being fed over time, it gets very, like it gets very sporadic and imbalanced, where this person has too many barriers caused from the past. Really, it has nothing to do with you. This person, wants, will say that they want to, grow with you, but they can't because there's just too many barriers caused from the past that that block them that block them. So they would expect you to be patient, but how patient can you be? What's going to happen is you're going to get defensive. Like what this person did ask you for that, because the relationship is always turbulence, and it's turbulence because there's just unresolved conflicts. And so this is what affects the intimacy. And the reason why is because this person really is just wild at heart. They don't really want to be in a committed monogamous relationship. They're not healed. The moment that they're in this everyday type of relationship that you would see, or a person that's balanced, I should say, would feel like it's comforting. It's associated with comfort, like it's reliable, it's consistent. This person feels trapped. And that's because they're unstable, and it's because they live more by their impulses and they live more from the emotional center, but they're not healed. So there's somebody that's going to be extremely imbalanced. There's someone that's going to want to do everything their way. They're here for a good time, not a long time. They have such a bad second chakra imbalance. That's where someone overcompensates. And that's, again, very risky behavior, that they're creating a persona. And the persona is, I'm a bad boy, bad girl, I'm risky. I like to live on the edge. But there's no emotional connection. The moment that you try to build an emotional connection with this person feels trapped. And then they create a lot of turbulence within the relationship. So the relationship can't grow. And then what happens is that they'll come back because there is a soul connection, but then the same thing keeps happening because they get stuck in their same habits and their same behaviorisms. And it's all because it's, again, they just have unhealed wounds, and they will continue. And so when the relationship ends, everything crumbles, and then they have to start all over again. But the problem is that you see a lot of detachment, a lot of disassociation. And so that means the person isn't awake to what they do. And that's why I'm saying people want to feel. When people have trauma, they don't feel. There's the fight, flight, freeze, and that freeze is like a numbing. So the past life connection, they feel it. They want that, but they want it in a way where you would be giving to them and you would be so constrained in your own life because they would feel the need to control. And part of it is for their own emotional pleasure. Like I said, this person, like I feel like feels like you moving away and they don't want it to be a missed chance, but they see that you laid it to rest already. And so again, there's a part of this person that doesn't really want to do what it takes, and there's a part of you that doesn't want it because it's too much of a whirlwind. Like the wishful thinking is that they wish that you would be in their life the way that they want, you to be in their life, but you can't because it's not just, again, what they do with relationships, it's the fact that they're constantly, relying on outside things to gain temporary relief to avoid. Like I said, it's almost like their love is fragmented and they have too many scars from not healing themselves. So they don't really believe that they can be loved, and it's all about them controlling and consuming you. And that's why it's not a relationship. It's one that's built on dominance. It's one that's built on control. Because again, it's exciting. But this person is using people, and would be using you for their entertainment, for their emotional fulfillment, and they're imbalanced. So their emotional fulfillment is risky behavior. It's to pop drugs, to do drugs, pop pills, or do what drink and live like wildly. And so in that, they're not healed enough to have that type of intimate connection, is what spirit is saying. Does that mean that they don't love you? Listen, I think that a person that's not healed can love you. It does, but it's not going to look good. And from their level of consciousness, that's all sharded and fragmented, they consider that controlling love. Dominance is love. Obsession to them is love. Someday I'll realize you are the one who got away. But it's like, but what you see is their pride and their ego. I really do love you, but the timing wasn't right, they would say, or isn't right. And so like this person has a lot of like excuses. They have a lot of excuses, but the truth of the matter is that this person, like, again, so reads your texts and thinks about you a lot, but they don't want to seem like vulnerable. They don't want to seem weak. They want a relationship all on their terms. They want to control it. They want to be dominant. So it doesn't mean that they don't have feelings. But this person will say, you left a mark on my heart. You're somebody that I still read our texts. I still have feeling for you. But like, I still question it because someday they'll realize that you're the one that got away. But they already know that you're the one that got away. They're just not um, able to express all their feelings that they have for you, and that's the problem. And they are just more comfortable in hiding how they feel from you, and that they hope that you can find love again. Because this person feels like, please forgive me because I'm not the one for you. But um, but I think the reason why is because you're not like you're not putting up with it. You don't you're like, the more that you would see this person, like I said, the more negative and crazy and toxic this person is. I feel like they don't really want to be in a relationship. Like I said, wild at heart. This person is either their way or no way because they don't really want to be in a relationship. Like you said, they want to utilize people almost as if they're extensions of themselves. This person doesn't want to do what they need to do for themselves. They're living for their by their addictions. They're living through again that emotional center when meanwhile emotionally this person is so imbalanced it's not even funny. And it shows within their relationships. They expect people to conform. They care a lot about self-image. They're extremely lazy. As I said, they're imbalanced. Everything that you would even say to this person, they would perceive as judgment, is because there's a lack there. And there's a lack of not just money or resources, but the lack of who they feel about themselves. So again, they create illusions, but what's underneath all that illusions is anger. So just because that this is a past life connection doesn't mean anything. It's the fact that time, timelessness, and the past life connection, like this person might have expected you to stick around more, put up with more because of this connection. You did not do that because of their old habits. They're always in their old habits. They would need to change a lot. We know that again, underneath it is fear. So that's the thing with this person. It's like I just feel like they don't know who they are. They're empty. So what they try to do is manipulate have a lot of they have a lot of trauma. Like I said, that's what so it would always keep you in a place of victimization, not just them in a place of victimization, but you too, because this is what this person does. So this is why you would get this person's karma. It's again, which their karma isn't good. Their life always looks like a roller coaster, like I said. Their life is good for a certain amount of time and then it's not because nothing's built on truth. What's built is on facades. And it's all this compulsive, addictive behavior that, you can live that way for a certain amount of time before everything collapses. And then what happens is this person is done and they're on to the next because they've never built that emotional connection. And I feel like this is what you saw. They're not capable of giving you the relationship. They're like wild at heart because, again, they want to stay still doing their drugs and still like having threesomes and doing like, I mean, they're just outlandish things to like, that's really reckless behavior to like, because it's the excitement, it's that dopamine hit, it's like that riskiness that gives that adrenaline rush. It's because this person like has no energy, they have no life force, they're spiritually blocked. They don't know who they are. They can't sustain themselves emotionally without doing that. So understand you would just be one more tool for this person to use to get off on, kind of. And it's because, again, they don't know how to be in a relationship. It's all about manipulation. That's what it is for this person. So you have to say, why did you attract this person into your life? What were you supposed to learn from a connection like this? Because this is really toxic. First card out is suppression, unworthy, disassociated. Well, we can see why you attracted such dark energy with these inner child wounds. These are deep, deep wounds that you have going on right here. I mean, time and attention. I mean, suppression, as I said. I mean, that's like we need two more. We're gonna pick abandonment, and we are going to pick, and we're gonna pick friendship. Is that six? One, two, three, four, five, six. Yes, that's six. All right. So obviously, it's like here, it's like again, disassociation and from feeling unworthy, but really also from being suppressed, growing up in an environment where you're not allowed to express who you are, right? Express who you are. Like instead, you were treated as if you were unworthy, not good enough. And then what I feel like is you also had a friend, someone that you know, symbolized a friend or someone that you thought was a friend, and they also betrayed you, but you were someone that was always a really good friend and always felt like the same karmic theme played out, not just within your relationships, ones where, friends just kind of like you got into a fight, they kind of just disposed of you. They made you feel unworthy. So that means they would do things that were wrong instead of apologizing and trying to fix it. They didn't talk to you again, you know? And that type of trauma is again it really puts you into a place of disassociation. I mean, friendship, what we see here is a frenemy. The like friendship, that's not really a friend, but that's a frenemy. So that's someone that pretended to care about you, but really didn't care about you. And I feel like because you grew up with already feeling unworthy from the home that you grew up in, because again, you were suppressed, you attracted a person that was like a frenemy, and that frenemy, like again, also really didn't value the friendship. And so you saw that you put in a lot of time and attention yourself, but you didn't get really anything back. So you kept winding up in connections with people that you put a lot of time and attention in, but really at the end of the day, these people never showed up for you. And so again, made you feel unworthy. And that's what happens when you don't get the time and attention. That's what happens when you're also suppressed. You again have to wear a mask. You have to, you know, s- suppress who you are, meaning dim your light. If someone's around you that's suppressing, you're being trained to do that. So over time, it doesn't feel good to be in your body. So you disassociated, being connected to this person, they actually wanted to dominate you. That they would have suppressed you. That would have put you right back into the energy of feeling abandoned, feeling unworthy. And this person that's supposed to be like a friend, any type of relationship is the basis for the relationship is friendship. This person's not a friend. What they are is they're someone that's extremely wounded that would want to dominate and control you and to take your energy, which is extremely confusing. But nevertheless, it's all about suppressing you to put you back into this energy where you're like traumatized, because that's what happens when you're traumatized. You disassociate. It means that you know what happened. You don't have a feeling or emotion about it one way or the other anymore. And that's what happens when you didn't get the time and attention and when someone makes you feel unworthy. They're psychically telling you that you're unworthy by not giving you time and attention, by not giving you energy, which obviously is abandonment. So that being with this person just would have just brought you right back into that energy. And as I said, when you go through experiences where you feel unworthy and when because someone's trying to suppress you and hold you down and they're pretending to be a friend, they're not a friend, it's gaslighting, it's emotional manipulation. Well, what winds up happening over time, like you said, is that we form an energetic imprint of those emotions, of those feelings, of how we felt, because it was a certain amount of time that we lived that way around that person. And so until we heal it, we have to integrate it. And so obviously, one way to integrate it is always to give yourself the time, obviously, and to not dim your light, especially here. But then Spirit asks us to, we have to pull 3 cards from the Fearless deck. See, again, what we're supposed to be doing during this time, I'll do the other healing, which is it brought you deep wisdom. So again, that is also Spirit saying like you had to trust yourself. It's like part of you from growing up the way that you did, I feel like you didn't have as much confidence. It's not that you didn't intuitively feel, but did you listen all the time to your intuition? No, I feel like emotions tended to override sometimes your intuition. So Spirit's saying, no, this was for you to trust yourself, that you have the answers inside of yourself. And that's what you did. And the relationship also brought you deep wisdom to help you transform, to help you turn your fears into strength as you step into the power you step into profound change. But you had to go back into this situation that brought up all this childhood trauma in order for you to heal it, integrate it, transmute it for your own transformation. And Spirit says that's really, I mean, the main reason. I mean, we pull the third card just to see, and that was also to also find your people, like to not give your energy right now. That's not what it is. Right now, it's time of your transformation, and that's by, letting go of the old you. And part of this symbolization is letting go of this person because they would essentially keep you in a low vibration, keeping you stuck to that inner child wounds where spirit says through your transformation, you automatically are going to lose people, but then it leaves room for new people and new people that are more in alignment with who you are, your tribe. It's again that's where your support's going to come from. Spirit says it's almost like the end of the old you, an old life per se, and that you learn the lesson. Now it's time to again take the wisdom to help you transform so you can walk into your new life. And you always need support when you do that, right? That's support through our friends, through so that we're not an island to ourselves. And literally, spirit leaves off with, again, harmony. Like open yourself up to the divine being within you right now. That's what it's about. It's not about being in a relationship. It's about finding your tribe. It's about taking that wisdom, transforming yourself, finding your tribe, and then opening yourself up to the divine being within yourself. And know that you are the image of God and that you have the power to bring light into your life and that you don't need to rely on anyone for that. This person would have never done that. And that turn darkness, that you turn any darkness in you into something beautiful. And that in the absence of resentment, anger, or doubt, you find harmony. And that's really what Spirit says. This was about being able to find harmony regardless of what or who is in your environment. And that I feel like is what brought you back to this trauma because you grew up in an environment where I feel like you were suppressed. You let other people in your environment make you feel a certain way. And this is about embracing the fact that that you're powerful in yourself. You don't need to rely on anyone in your environment. That it's all about finding harmony in yourself. And that obviously can't happen with a person that's this imbalanced. And that it was about kicking up all those wounds from your childhood so that you can transform them into light and that so you can again find harmony within yourself regardless of what's happening in the environment and so that you could attract people to you that are going to be more in balance not just with you but with themselves again where I feel like a large part of the old you had attracted people that were imbalanced and that imbalance was expecting you to not really have an identity, to just give them whatever give them your energy, whatever that looked like, however it was going to benefit. And really, you were like, that doesn't really work for me. So having to let go of that type of one-sided energy and it really needed to be that one-sided for you to see that you were still holding on to this childhood trauma that had through the imprint on the subconscious mind and that imprint again is the emotional energy that you needed to go through this experience handle it differently to see actually who you are today and how strong you are today and so that you could again be balanced and go into any situation now and have positive manifestations come from it because you're balanced within yourself. This person was a sign that there was, again, woundage from the past that just needed to be healed. I'm going to leave that there, Gemini. You let me know how you resonate with this one. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.